Hello, everybody. I'm Miranda, and this is Nick.
Wait.
Welcome back to the Ranting podcast. And we're back again for another Reality Rants episode. And this time we're covering episodes 7 and 8 of House of Villains season 3. And things are getting tense.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's starting to get on edge a little bit more now that we're getting closer to the end.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in.
There's only 10 episodes.
Yep, we're right there. So, quick recap from episodes 5 and 6. My girl Kate was Supervillain last week. She originally put Ashley, Paul, and Johnny up for the hit list nominations, but then Ashley was sent home due to illness. What was it? Gonorrhea. And then and then Kate ended up putting Tyson up on the hit list in Ashley's place. They had the redemption challenge, which Tyson won, leaving Paul and Johnny up for banishment. And in the end, Johnny Middlebrooks was sent home.
Yep. See ya.
So, heading into episode 7 for some alliance chat to start. So, we've got the Orange Alliance. And like that entire Orange Alliance, it literally just got wiped out in one episode.
100%.
With Ashley going home and then Johnny going home.
Paul has nobody left.
Yeah. And I mean, he's like all on his own as far as that alliance go. I don't even know if he still has an alliance with Tyson and Tom. Maybe. I feel like
at this point,
kind of iffy. I don't know.
Maybe on the face.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I was gonna say. Maybe like surface level.
Yeah.
But Tom and Tyson are still going strong on their own. It seemed shaky for a bit there after Kate showed Tom the note that Ashley had written.
They saved the bromance.
Yep. And then, telling Tom about Tyson making alliances with everyone else without him. Mm-hmm. But I think Tyson voting with Tom to get Johnny out of the house is gonna keep their bromance alive.
Yes. I agree.
Originally, I thought that Drita and Christine were about to have some problems because Drita and Johnny were pretty tight. Uh-huh. And so since she was trying to get Christine to vote to keep him in the house, and then when it came out that Drita was the only one that voted to keep him, I thought that she was going to have some issues with her because of that.
They didn't, though.
No, they seemed fine. And I don't think her and New York, really have an alliance anymore. I think they're cordial enough, but I don't think they really have an alliance anymore. I think she's still kind of annoyed with her probably.
I mean, they play nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an alliance per se, but it's definitely they're not enemies.
Yeah, exactly. So. But speaking of New York, her and Kate are just chilling in their room, just be popping around, minding their business. Mm-hmm. So now it's we go into it day 12. It's 8:00 p.m. and they're heading out of the stronghold. And Paul immediately is like, "Thanks, guys." And in the confessional, he's like, "Johnny, you should have just put up Tom on the hit list when I told you to, because now Johnny's gone." And
that's true.
Yep. Before they can even get settled down, though, Joel comes over the house speaker and directs everyone to the dining room for pizza and beer. Immediately, though, everybody's like, "Oh my God, what's happening now?"
The last 2 times they got pizza.
Yeah. Paul's like, "Don't trust it. Don't open the pizza."
What's in the box?
I had actually forgotten about the letter in the pantry. Also.
Did you cover that at the end of 6? Did you say that?
What, the letter?
Yeah, because okay, good. Yep.
That's what I just thought that. So when they show it in the show that there's all the pizza on the counter and everything, then they kind of show in the background the letter that's propped up in the pantry, and I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot all about the letter." Mm-hmm. So they're all in the kitchen talking, and Tom asks Drita why she's always the only one to vote for the people that end up going home. And she's like, "Well, I gave them my word, both Johnny and Plain, and then even Jackie, I gave them my word in the first 2 days, so I'm keeping my word." And I think that people kind of take note of that strategy, because in the end of the game, there's a jury of previously eliminated villains, and they come back to vote for the final supervillain. So Yep. So Tyson is like, "I think my odds of getting to the end are good, but I'm not going to be good against Drita because she hasn't backstabbed anybody."
Yeah, right.
So now he's like, get her out of here.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I haven't seen one of these seasons play out fully.
Yeah,
but I'm wondering if because it's a house of villains, it's villains. So like, just because you play nice with others doesn't mean that everybody, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
That's what I would think. I don't know. But Tyson at this point ends up finding the letter in the pantry.
He's always the one that finds shit.
Yes, like he's just so.
What do they call him?
At these like
grabber.
Yes,
yeah. He's such a grabber because he grabbed the handle in episode 1.
Yeah, I say that too.
That's funny.
But he quickly like runs into the pantry and just like tucks the letter in the back of his pants.
Pretty sure it's down his pants.
Yeah, I think so. And he goes up to the room and opens it, and it's a purple card inside saying, "Congrats, you opened an envelope, and now you're on the hit list. Here's how you get off the hit list. Convince someone else to open it. And you have until the next time you see me, Joel, at the Battle Royale to get it out of your hands. And whoever is holding it last, you're stuck unless you become Supervillain."
And you don't even technically need to convince somebody to open it. They can just find it.
Yep.
So that's one of the tactics that I would have used for sure.
Tyson's like, okay, no biggie. I just need one other person to read it. And then after that, like, I really don't give a shit what happens because technically I'm not on the hit list then.
Of course he goes to fucking Tom.
Of course he does. But meanwhile, he's doing that and Drita's talking to Christine and Kate and she's like, one of us needs to fucking win the Supervillain. And, so they're starting to like try and get their little strategy together and stuff like that. But yeah, over in the red room, Tyson goes and tells Tom that, you know, he shows him the envelope and everything like that. And he's like, okay, so I'm going to show it to you. But now, like after this, you gotta hand it off, basically. And, you know, he's trying to act like, oh, I'm keeping our communication open in our alliance. But also, you literally just handed it off to Tom.
But
so like
I was surprised that both of them thought the same thing because I thought in the what is it called, the confessional, that Tyson was gonna see it that way right there, whereas like I'm trying to build this trust, which I understand, but then I also understand the other side of it, right? And I thought Tom was gonna be like, well, what the fuck, dude? Like now I'm stuck with this thing. But in the confessional, Tom saw it the same way. He's like, you know, now we actually have trust. We actually have communication. He's actually telling me what the fuck's going on. So I can see both sides of it.
I get it. But at the same time, I would have been like, now I have to fucking deal with this. God damn
At least you
That's
know. But I mean, I guess if you think about it, like the alternative is that if you know nothing about it and you come across it and you find it and it's too late to fucking hand it off, then I mean, you're fucked. So I think they played it perfectly.
For the most
part. To this point.
Yeah. So now that Tom has it, he just leaves it on the couch outside the bedrooms. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to go warn Kate so that she doesn't open it because I told her that I'd work with her as well. So now he's like walking around the house looking for Kate and he can't find her. And then before he does find her, Kate finds the envelope. And she opens it, reads it, is now on the hit list. And immediately Tom approaches her and she's like, did you do this? And he insists that he was trying to find her to warn her, but she's like, no. I see what's going on here. And now I definitely don't trust either Tom or Tyson.
So she 100% misread the situation. And obviously when she watches this after the fact, she's going to know. But I will say Tom's a fucking idiot for leaving it on the couch. Why would you put it on the couch? Why wouldn't you just, so like Tyson, right? It'd be the same thing if Tyson found the letter and then he fucking put it down and then went to go tell Tom.
Exactly.
Like, hey, I found this letter. I need you to open it, right? No, he put it down. Well, he put it on his pants, but whatever. We'll ignore that. But he took it with him. Yeah. Right? He hid it. He kept it a secret. He didn't just put it in a public fucking setting. That's literally at the top of the stairs.
And right outside their fucking, literally right outside their bedroom.
Like
their bedroom's right here. The couch is right here. All she had to do was take like 5 steps. It was right fucking there.
Let me put this fucking letter in a fucking public place.
Yeah.
And just walk away.
That was my first thought too.
Doesn't make sense.
I know. Yeah. So I'm like, I understand that your intention was to show her the letter, tell her about it. I get that. And I understand you were coming from a good place. You were a fucking moron about it though. Why would you do that?
Why would you put it down?
Why would you do that? Like,
This
it was dumb.
This entire episode would have changed. And you can say that about anything. But this is like a big thing, a big moment that if he would have fucking handled that right, the whole thing would have
everything. Yeah.
Because now she is out for fucking
she is.
blood.
Yeah. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
So Kate closes the envelope, puts it back on the couch and walks away. And then Christine walks up and she's like, I saw the three of them looking at this and walking away. So should I look at it? I don't know. And then she's like, fucking Tyson, he be grabbing. And she's like you were saying, he pulled the lever on the first night. He snatched up that right hand from the pizza box. But now suddenly he's walking away from this envelope. So good job, Christine, for turning that fucking light bulb on.
I mean,
and
it's dim, but it's there.
It's there. And she decides that she's not going to open it either. So, yeah, literally the smartest thing you've done in the entire game. Good job.
I mean, that's like the only play you've made in the entire
game. It really is.
And we're 7 episodes.
Yeah. So I was like, I think I even said, oh, wait, here. I was like, if you win Supervillain this week, you're going to piss me off. Oh, wait, I didn't bench anybody.
Yeah.
Clearly, my notes are taken in real time.
I could have sworn you benched Christine at the end of 6.
That was at the end of 5. But then Johnny went home, and I was like, I've been damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I wasn't going to bench anybody. Because I kept, like, no matter what, if I benched him or not, like, I kept getting fucked.
She's not really doing shit anyway. So.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm just, let them go. Let the points land where they are.
Yeah, that's true.
So... where am I? Oh, so Christine walks away from the envelope and Tom and Tyson were like kind of hoping that she was going to open it. And Kate's just like, what the fuck ever. There's no point in trying to convince somebody else to open it. So I'm just going to leave it and whatever happens, happens. And she just throws the envelope over the railing and it lands on the floor downstairs. And then Drita's walking around cleaning and she sees it and she's like, fuck is this? And then Christine, she's like, I don't know. And
yeah,
slides
she like collapses. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not.
It's so funny because she's like, I want to know so bad.
She's so fucking dramatic. But it's the right play to not touch it.
Yeah. But Drita, she starts inspecting the envelope and she's like, I'm from a show called Mob Wives. I see something, I say nothing. Mm-hmm. It's none of my business. She goes up to Tom and asks if he knows anything about it, and he starts playing dumb. But then in the confessional, he's like, well, maybe if she opens it, then she'll actually have to start making some fucking moves. Because, I mean, fair, she has been pretty chill. It's been like a little bit of drama for Drita. But as far as the gameplay and strategy, she hasn't done anything. She's not done
It's much. All been drama.
Exactly. So he's got a point. But Tom and Tyson are both just like, I don't know, you should open it. And Christine's like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then Drita's like, where the fuck is Paul? Like, he'll know what to do,
Oh, God.
But anyway, so then Tyson then realizes that Paul could actually be useful to them. So he quickly runs outside where Paul's on the phone and he tells him not to open the envelope that Drita has. And then like runs back inside. They see that she put the envelope back on the floor. So he just kicks it under the chair so nobody else can find it, leaving Kate as the last person to have opened it. And everybody goes to bed. So the next morning, everybody's still talking about the letter. Nobody knows where it's at, though. But Tyson goes to New York, and he's like, hey, don't open the letter. She went to bed before anybody the night before, so she's like, what the fuck is even going on? Like, she has no idea what's happening. But still, nobody's admitting to who all actually opened it. And before they can even dig into anything, they're summoned by Joel to change into the outfits left on their beds for the next Battle Royale challenge.
Does Paul bring that to Kate's attention before or after?
Before or after the battle?
Yeah.
After.
Oh, okay.
So they all head outside dressed in what looks like squirrel and llama costumes. And immediately Joel is like, hey, I left you guys an envelope and I'm calling it the death sentence. Yeah. And he explains again that whoever was the last to open the envelope is now on the hit list unless they win the Battle Royale. And then Joel announces that Kate was the last one to read it, meaning she is officially on the hit list.
Yep.
So this challenge that they're doing it's called Nut Jobs.
Yeah.
And the game is going to be played in rounds. Starting out, everyone will have 30 nuts. In each round, they have to enter the nut house one at a time, and they'll place their nuts into their own personal nut sack. They can choose how little or how many to put into their sacks, but at the end of each round, Joel will announce which villain had the fewest nuts in their sack, and that villain will be eliminated from the Battle Royale challenge. They don't get to take any nuts out at all. So if they put in 28 nuts in the first round, they're guaranteed a spot in round 2. But after that, they only have 2 nuts left. So they have to choose very wisely.
Yep, rationing.
Yep. Also, there are no tiebreakers this week in the challenge. So if there are 2 villains with the same lowest amount of nuts, then they're both eliminated from the challenge immediately. And then obviously the process of elimination in each round. The final villain with the most nuts in their bag in the last round will be the supervillain of the week. So starting off in round 1, we see Tyson go into the nut house first and put in 4 nuts. And we also see Paul go in and put in 4 nuts. And then we kind of see the others go in and debate on how much they want to put in.
Yeah.
Tom ends up putting in 5, and then Drita puts in fucking 17. I was like, girl, that's so many of your nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She put in so many.
It was a lot. But in the end, there were 2 eliminations in this round. Tyson and Paul both put in 4 nuts, which was the least of everyone. So they're
both
out of here.
Yep.
And in round 2, it starts off showing the remaining nuts that everybody has. Tom has 25, Drita has 13, New York has 23, Kate has 20, and Christine has 24. So again, we see some of them put their nuts in the sacks. Drita puts in 7, Tom puts in 6, and Kate talks about putting in less than last time. Turns out she had put in 10. And Christine puts in 6 again. And New York's funny because she's like, oh, I'm going to bust a big nut. But the least amount of nuts in this round was Christine and Tom both putting in 6. And so now with round 3, it's just Kate, New York, and Drita. And they're trying to strategize to figure out who should win the challenge.
Yeah.
And Kate's like, well, I have the fucking envelope. So like, if I could win Supervillain, that'd be great. Otherwise I'm going on the hit list.
Right.
And she's like, my vote isn't going to count either way. So if I win Supervillain, at the very least, I won't nominate either one of you to be on the hit list,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
And
that's true.
But New York tells Kate that she only has 3 nuts left. So she's just going to put in 1. And almost drama. No points yet. So New York heads into the nut house, and we see displayed on the screen how much nuts everybody actually has.
Mm-hmm.
New York lied. She has 13 nuts, not 3.
Yeah. I mean, that's not drama, but yeah.
Almost drama.
Okay.
And Kate has 12 nuts, and Drita has 6. So New York's like, ooh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And we see her count out 3 nuts, but then it cuts to her leaving the nut house. And then we don't see how many Drita puts in.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, Kate says that because she has 12 nuts left, she's going to put in 7. And when Joel counts the nuts, he announces that Drita has been eliminated from the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just down to New York and Kate.
Yep.
Ooh. And New York is over here trying to steal Supervillain, so that's why it's extra dramatic.
I mean, it's fair that I don't think it's dramatic. I think it's fair because like this is her 3rd season.
Yeah, she's like, I haven't gotten Supervillain yet.
Supervillain,
yeah.
So like,
she really wants it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Absolutely.
But you know, going into the final round, it's Lucy and Ethel, the Purple Alliance, going head to head. And Kate goes into the nut house first, and it looks like they both just put in the rest of their nuts, which makes sense because it's the final round.
Yep.
And in the end, the winner by just 1 nut, Kate!
Yep.
Woo! Supervillain twice in a row.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Kate. I mean, I feel like there should be a bonus for that. So all in favor say aye.
I don't think so.
Plus 20.
No. Nice try.
But I did have a little bit in here that we could debate. I was saying that since she was already put on the hit list in this episode, that I had originally given her the -2 points for that.
No, it's how it ends.
Okay.
Yeah, so she wouldn't get the -2 because she was removed from the hit list before the hit list was finalized.
Okay.
Not really finalized, but
okay. Yeah.
I think once they go up on the stage, that's what because you could argue that the hit list isn't finalized even at the end of half these episodes because the third one isn't added until the next episode. So I don't want to be vague like that. But once they're up on the stage and they're identified as being on the hit list, that's when the points count.
That's what I was gonna say. When they have to like compete in the redemption challenge, then that's when it count. I mean, yeah.
I would take it a step further though and say if they're up on the stage.
Yeah.
That comes before.
Well, also, yeah, but then I mean, I just didn't know if it was gonna go into like the whole Ashley and Tyson of it all.
Well,
because she went up on the stage, but he competed in the challenge. But I think
but even like but that happened in the next episode. But like my only thing is that if you wait to count those points until the challenge, technically the two that go on the hit list this episode, you wouldn't get those points deducted.
That's true.
Because the challenge happens in the next episode.
Okay.
So it needs to be on the stage.
Okay.
Because that happens. That's how half these episodes conclude.
That's fair.
Because they leave it on a cliffhanger, but at least you see them on the stage.
Okay. Well, either way, now she's off the hit list. Yep. She won Supervillain. But now that she is Supervillain, Tom is a bit concerned about how he and Tyson looked in the whole death letter situation. So he's thinking that they're going to be put up on the hit list. Anyways, as always, after a battle royale, there's a reward, and Kate chooses New York and Paul to go with her. So apparently they're, after the challenge and stuff, they're talking about how they just did. And I guess Kate had been like doing the math and shit. So that's why Christine just kept putting 6 in every time.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like, I heard you doing the math. And so I just started putting in 6 every time.
Okay. I mean, 6 is a pretty fair.
I mean, yeah, fair ration and stuff. But
better than fucking 17.
I know. It was just so funny.
Fucking Drita.
But anyway, after, they've changed, Tom and Kate are in the kitchen and they have like a good counter off. They're just going like, oh, good. You're good? Yeah, I'm good. That's good. Oh, good. Just over and over again. And Tom finally is like, I tried to find you last night. And she's like, no. You're trying to say that both of you now tried to come and find me and warn me about the envelope? Like he's trying to, save both of them. And in the confessional,
she's definitely misreading the whole situation.
She is, but also like we said, he shouldn't have left it where he did.
Place, yeah.
So I get why she looks at it that way, because where it literally looks like it was propped up waiting for somebody to open it, you left it right outside of her room. And then you're acting like, oh, you weren't supposed to. Then why did you leave it there? I understand why you don't feel like she needs to be mad, but I also understand why she's like, you fucking set me up, because that's how it looks. And that's probably how it feels.
Yeah.
So you're both right.
But also, why did you rush to open the fucking letter that's just sitting?
Probably the same reason that Tyson did. I thought it was going to be like an immunity thing. I thought it was going to be like an automatic, like, Supervillain or another right hand, or like if you get put up on the hit list that you can like whip this out and choose somebody to go in your plate. Like I thought it was going to be something like that. I never thought it was going to be a penalty,
especially when you're by yourself and it's like
exactly.
It
looks like a fucking immunity token,
that's by design.
Exactly,
fucking by design.
Yes,
and it's a death sentence.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Kate and Tom. It's just funny how in the confessional, she's like, I'm back to thinking that Tom's a worm with a mustache. God. Just funny. That's just what he got called on Vanderpump after he cheated on Ariana. Okay. So that's why it was funny. Anyway, though, Paul goes outside to talk to Drita, and he's like, there's like a weird little encounter between Tom, Tyson, and Kate. And it seems like Tom didn't want Kate to have the letter, but she ended up getting it. And so I'm thinking that maybe they wanted either me, you, or Christine to get it instead. And he's like, you know why certain people have won in the past? It's because the rest of the villains liked them more than the strategic one. So that's when it kind of clicks for Drita that like, oh, she's consistently been good with the other 5 villains that have left. So now she's starting to realize like, oh shit, I am competition. So now kind of how Tom was like, you need to start making some fucking moves. I think that was like,
I mean, yeah,
that
she hasn't
glass
done
shattering
shit.
moment for her that she was like, oh.
She really hasn't done anything in this game.
Yep. And while they're talking, Kate comes up and Drita's like, you guys just go ahead and talk. And so she dips out and Paul kind of starts leading into the nomination chat. And I love how Kate's just like, just get to the fucking point already. Like, she's like, I don't want all this chit chat. Stop tiptoeing around the conversation. We know what we're doing here. Ask the question. Just do what you need to do. So Paul's like, all right, are you going to nominate me for the hit list? And she like pauses for a minute and he's like, and then she says, no. And Paul's like, well, I'm with you. And, you know, she's like, well, yeah, you're with me until you piss me off. She's just so dismissive about it. He's just trying to stay on her good side.
She's probably the most annoying supervillain.
She really is, because she's like, God damn it. I like having the power, but I don't want anybody to talk to me. And it's like, that's literally all being supervillain is.
Yeah. You are running the game right now.
Yeah. And so, you know, she just has this attitude about it. And Tyson's like, I don't really want to talk to her while she's being mean. So I'm just going to go take a nap instead. But
not gonna get anywhere, so.
Yeah, but while he's laying down, Kate goes and jumps on the exercise bike right behind him, just being a dick. And then, you know, later on, New York is like, she's telling Tom and Tyson that they're so sexual together while Tyson's sunblocking Tom's back.
Oh, that's right.
And then while he goes to work out, Tyson sticks around to talk to New York. And she ends up telling him that she's the only person that he's the only person that she trusts in the game. And she's like, some of the women in this competition need to sweat, specifically Drita, because she hasn't like competed in a redemption challenge yet. She hasn't been put up on the hit list or anything. And
that's true.
Yep. And Tyson's like, well, yeah, because she's on everybody's fucking good side. So again, it's coming back to now starting to realize like the effect that Drita's going to have on the jury.
She's a threat for the end.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, they're like, we can't have her in the final 3 because she's gonna take it.
Yeah.
So they're starting to plot again how they're gonna make that work. And Kate's like, New York is like, oh my God, I hope Kate doesn't like put one of us 3 up. So it seems pretty clear that the 3 of them, New York, Tom, and Tyson, have like a little alliance going on by this point. It seems like she's really starting to break away from Kate. I think that became clear in the battle royale. Yeah. But it even more so.
I think Paul would be part of that too. But Paul is it's very one-sided though. Because I think Tyson and Tom think that Paul, that's why they went to him and let him know about the letter. And that's why they did the same thing to New York, is that they thought that was an alliance.
I don't think it is on Paul's end.
No, I don't think so. I think that he's letting them believe that, obviously. But I think so it's about to come to light that that's not the case.
I think so too. But meanwhile, Kate's talking to Christine about what she should do. And then here comes Christine with her fucking word salad. And first she's like, I mean, I'd like it if it was just us girls. And Kate's like, so should I like nominate the guys? And Christine's like, oh, I don't.
She's so dumb.
I know. But it becomes clear though that Kate's like absolutely going to be nominating Tom and Tyson just because she thinks that they set her up the previous night. And so while all this is happening, Drita decides that since pizza parties have been somewhat of a jinx in the house, that they're all going to have like, they're going to rebrand it and make their own little pizza party with the outdoor oven. Have fun.
Yeah.
But while they're all over there making their own pizzas, New York's just off by herself eating her fucking sardines.
Ugh.
Yeah. So later on in the night, we see Tyson and Tom push their beds together, and they're like, hell yeah, it's a super bed. Just children. Meanwhile, Paul is still like ruminating a little bit about how he's going to stay in the house, and he decides to go talk to Kate in the Supervillain suite to give her some inside info that'll hopefully keep him around.
This is where the betrayal comes in.
Yep. And he tells Kate how both Tom and Tyson told him that they hid the letter under the chair so that nobody else could find it. And of course, Kate's pissed, immediately goes to see for herself, and sure enough, finds it under the chair. And she's like, fucking Tyson, I know it was him, but Tom's bitch ass was in on it too. So they both just cemented their place on the hit list, I think.
They were already there.
I mean, yeah, they were already there, but if like there was any room for debate, it's gone.
She already read it the way that she was going to read it.
So it seemed like Kate was going to do something with the envelope, and she ended up setting up Tom and Tyson's puppets with it.
Oh, that's right.
And then she in New York and Paul head out to their reward. And meanwhile, Tom makes a weird ass workout video with Johnny's puppet, but whatever.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was strange.
Yeah.
So for the reward, they go to Cirque school, and they get to do trapeze and acrobatics and the fabrics. And New York is just having a time, while Paul is having the time of his life. And he was actually doing really good on the fabrics. He looked pretty majestic out there. But back at the house, Tom tells Tyson about Kate putting their puppets up on the counter with the envelope. And Tyson's like, whatever. She's had beef with me since the beginning. So they decide that they're just going to make their puppet 69 and then make it look like Kate's puppet is watching them. And they leave it like that for her to come back to. So back at the reward, Kate, New York, and Paul are having some food after their Cirque activities. And of course, they start talking gameplay. But the thing is, Kate, like, I think she kind of knows that New York is good with Tom and Tyson, but I don't think that she was like 100% sure on how close they were until this. So Kate starts saying that, like, well, if Tyson leaves, Tom's going to be devastated. And if Tom leaves, then Tyson doesn't really have anybody in the house. So it's a win-win if one of them goes.
Yeah.
And New York just kind of like chuckles, and Kate picks up on it. And in the confessional, she's like, well, obviously she's in cahoots with them. So I think like this interaction really cemented that for her. And then in the confessional still, she pitches the idea of actually putting New York up on the hit list with them. And she's like, everybody's a threat to me at this point. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So now with everybody back at the house, they've all gone their separate ways and everything. And New York tells Tyson that everybody wants him out of the house. And her this history reference that she makes is just so awful. She calls herself the Rosa Parks to their John Adams and John Wilkes Booth. Quick history lesson. Rosa Parks was a civil rights icon. John Adams was the second president of the United States. And John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln.
So what the fuck is she talking about?
I don't know what the references were. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and we're just going to move on because I have no explanation.
Who said that?
New York.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I mean, she's kind of dumb. It's fine.
She said that, and I literally paused it and was like, what?
It's reality TV. What? I'm not surprised.
Bitch, what? It's like, I'm not great at history, but even I know that's not right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right at all. But okay.
Anyway, while they're talking, Paul walks in and New York like quickly pivots. But then when he leaves, she goes right back to now telling both Tom and Tyson that everybody wants them gone. And then Kate walks in. So Tyson's like, okay, well, maybe we can just talk to her now. But then when more people start talking or walking in and stuff, he's like, okay, we'll just do one-on-ones. So first Tyson and Kate go off, and he's like, hey, I just want you to know that like we really were trying to find you so that you wouldn't open the envelope. And she's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but then you fucking hid it so that nobody else could open it. And Tyson's like trying to play it off, and he's like, well, we didn't know that you had it last, And she's like, bitch, it wasn't your envelope anymore. It wasn't your place to fucking hide it, whether you knew who had it or not. So he's trying to talk strategy about like who she should try to end up with in the, for the jury vote. And she's like, I really don't need your advice. You tried to fuck me over, so you can just fuck off now. Like, that was really the gist of their conversation.
You hiding the envelope definitely.
And that was the cherry on top.
It didn't help at all.
But after that conversation, Tom heads over to chat with her as well. And again, he tries to make the plea that it wasn't their intention for her to get stuck with the envelope. And immediately she's like, save it. I knew you knew that I'd opened it. You knew that Tyson hid it. And then you didn't say anything then either. Like, you just let him run the whole thing and you fucking co-signed it. So you can go up on the hit list with him. Like, you guys want to stick together, stick together.
Yeah, I guess.
But so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But so everybody ends up going into the stronghold for the hit list nominations. And once again, Kate takes her place on the supervillain throne. And of course, we know that the first nomination is Tyson.
Tyson, obviously, yep.
And it's kind of funny because Joel's like, oh, do you have anything to say? And he's like, no, I knew it was coming.
Yeah. What do you get? You've already talked to her twice. It hasn't went well.
Just the way that he says it, he's like, nah.
No, it's fine.
And then next up is Tom.
Yep.
And he starts going on his whole monologue about how he was going to start fueling Kate's comments on social media, which, like, I kind of think
stupid interaction.
I think he was maybe trying to be funny. But then when she asked if he knew about the envelope being hidden, he kind of like tiptoes around it. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly why you're up there. And then finally, when it's just in time for the last nomination, the episode ends.
Yep.
But luckily for you guys, we're here to talk about episode 8 too. After these messages.
Oh, God.
Because we have to do our midpoint break.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, in between. Yes.
Okay.
To go over the points and everything like that.
Okay.
So what did you have for the points?
For my points?
For your people's points.
So for my points, I have the only thing I got was Tom getting put on the hit list. There was no drama. There wasn't a whole lot that happened in this episode. I like the game. I like the nut job game, but I just didn't. I didn't see any points really. There was no drama or anything like that. So the only thing I got was hit list. Tom got -2 because he got put on the hit list.
Okay.
What did you get?
So for my people, I had -2 for Tyson being put on the hit list, and then +3 for Kate winning the battle, and then +4 for winning Supervillain. And everybody gets 1 point for surviving the episode because there was no elimination.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did, though. Would you agree that there would be drama points for Paul for telling Kate about Tyson hiding the envelope?
No, that would be betrayal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he betrayed that alliance that one side thought that they had.
Okay, well, my question on that was that, like, I thought it wouldn't have been betrayal because he himself said that he's a free agent. So he's
said
like,
that
I'm
in the
not...
confessional. He didn't say that to Paul or not Paul. This is Paul. He didn't say that to Tom and Tyson.
Okay.
So they're
under the impression.
Yep. So the case in point is that they think the trust is there because they went to New York and they're like, hey, don't open this. They did the same thing to Paul, and New York's part of that alliance. So they're thinking they're a 4-squad alliance.
Exactly.
And then Paul went to Kate and told her about it. So that's a complete betrayal.
Okay.
So that would be...
So we're giving Paul -1 for betrayal then?
Whatever. Yeah. Is it -1?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Yep.
Okay. So that's all I have for points.
Okay.
Were you surprised by anything in episode 7?
Kate winning again for sure. She even said, this is impossible. There's no way that I can win again. And she ended up winning. I don't think there was anything. I really like the game.
Yeah.
The nut job game. That was super creative.
That was really creative.
But surprising. I wasn't surprised at Tyson and Tom being put up just because of the events that happened in the episode.
Yeah.
I guess the only other thing that I could say is I was surprised that Tom made such a dumb move to leave the fucking envelope in a public space while he went to go look for Kate. That's the dumbest fucking thing you could have done.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was surprised about the envelope itself because, like we said in the beginning, I thought it was going to be an advantage, not a disadvantage. So that was one thing that I was surprised by.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. And then I was like a little bit surprised with Kate or with New York trying to sabotage Kate's chance at winning Supervillain and staying safe. I was like a little bit surprised because they seem to be friends, but also like it's a competition. So
I go back to the same point where fucking this is Kate's first time.
It's
and
New York's
New
third.
York lives in this house for like the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So she hasn't left. She's just been waiting for the win.
Right.
So, and she hasn't even won Supervillain.
Yeah.
Not only has she not won the whole thing, but she's never won Supervillain.
Yeah.
And it's fucking her turn. And she
Yeah.
still didn't get it. So if she doesn't, I don't know if she's going to get it in this season either.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What do you think is going to come out in episode 8?
At this point, I wasn't sure who was going to get put on the hit list. I didn't really have any idea. I didn't pick up on what you had picked up on about New York. I didn't pick that up when I watched 7 with New York, or with Kate kind of picking up on New York being part of the clan. So I didn't pick up on that. So I didn't think it was going to be New York. I wasn't sure who it was going to be. I didn't really have a direction at this point for what was going to come up.
I definitely thought she was going to nominate New York, honestly. I was starting to think that she was going to just be like, well, she tried to sabotage me and she's in cahoots with them. Like, I thought she was going to start piecing everything together and like.
They never say it was sabotage, though. They never actually say that in the episode.
No, but she tells her that she only has a certain amount of nuts because she's like, yeah, we're going to make sure that you win and you stay safe.
Yeah.
And then she went and she was like, actually, I lied.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I took that as sabotage.
I did not foresee a third.
Okay.
I thought she was going to have a hard time picking. I thought it was going to be a little more random because there was 2 obvious targets.
Yeah.
Which are already up there. And now the third one is just like, well, kind of.
Yeah. Well, did you think that there were going to be any more alliances formed or broken going into episode 8?
Broken or made? I definitely not made. I always think that the people that are going up there, especially if they're close, there's always a chance that that's going to break them up because then they're fighting for survival. And then I guess the gloves come off kind of thing. I didn't think that with this one though, because it's Tom and Tyson. Yeah. And they're lovers at this point. Oh yeah. So I mean
they just push their beds together.
Exactly. And I don't think that's gonna break that.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But did you?
Well, I thought because like I watched the preview to the next episode, so I had thought that like New York, Tom and Tyson were gonna be getting Paul in on their alliance. Okay. And then maybe again, I keep thinking that like Drita and Christine are gonna have a falling out. But I did say that overall, I think this is about the last time that people are going to try to make any alliances because we're getting down to like the every man for himself part of the show. And
I think this is actually a mistake if you actually watch this, because I watched it twice. The preview that we see at the end of 7 is not 8. It's completely different scenes. So like you get like a more forward kind of thing. So because I watched that too when I was done with 7, and I said that episodes ago that I watched the new one because it's part of the fucking episode, right? So you get like a little preview, like a little sneak peek of what comes up in the next episode. That's not how it worked for the end of 7.
No,
it was completely different. So I was like, oh, so these things could happen. And then I went into 8, none of those things happened. Yeah. And I was like, this was a wrong fucking preview.
Yeah, so
that's for a different episode.
Yeah, but that's why I stop and do these notes before I watch the next one, so it's just my genuine reaction coming out of watching it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you're good with 7, we can move on to 8.
Yeah, let's do it.
So since we just talked about it, we don't really have to do a recap or anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we left off, they were in the stronghold for the hit list nominations. Kate's Supervillain, and so far she's nominated Tyson and Tom for their part of her being stuck with the envelope. In the end, she ends up nominating Christine.
Yep.
Oh. I actually didn't see that coming. And then I love how when Joel asks her if she has anything to say about being nominated, she's like, "Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess I knew this could be an option. Yeah." And Joel's like, "All right." And they
Yeah.
just move on. And he
Thanks for
dismisses
saying
everybody from this
fucking
stronghold.
nothing. God.
But I do love how in the confessional, Kate's like, "I know I should have put New York up there against my better judgment. I actually really like her." And she's like, "Also, if Christine goes home, what do I care?" And so after the nominations, Kate's still trying to like be buddy with New York. And New York's like, "Well, I'm happy that she didn't put me up, but she put up both of the people in my alliance, so I'm not exactly happy with her right now."
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, I guess this is where Paul was like, maybe not. I thought he said it again. But he's like, "Oh, I'm a free agent now that my whole alliance is gone. So like, let me see where I can join in."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he says.
So over in the red room, Tom and Tyson are talking strategy to figure out how they can stay in the house. And then once they've come up with a plan, they come up with the plan that one of them has to win the redemption challenge, and then they also need to get Paul in on their alliance so they can have numbers for votes. And I love how at this point the producer like prompts Tom to walk everybody through his morning routine.
Yeah.
And as he's reading it with like a montage of his routine, you can see on the back of the paper, it says American Psycho bit. I've never actually seen the movie, so I didn't fully understand the reference, but it was just funny watching Tom do it. But anyways, everyone's up now, and Tyson's outside by the pool talking to his wife and daughter on the phone when Tom joins in, and then New York joins in. And inside the house, Kate and Drita are talking, and Kate's like, "What would New York even have to say to them?" And Drita's like, "Well, they've actually been pretty close since the beginning." And outside, the boys are telling New York their plan of keeping both of them in the house, and she's all game for it. And then soon enough, they're all prompted to leave for the redemption challenge. Mm-hmm. So on the way to the redemption challenge, New York, Kate, Tom, and Tyson are in one car. And in another car, it's Drita, Christine, and Paul. And in the first car, they're not really talking a whole lot. But in the second car, Paul is like, "Christine, if you get the opportunity to sabotage, you need to sabotage Tyson."
Jesus.
And Drita's like, "Yeah, he somehow always manages to stay safe. So like, we got to get him out."
That should be another fucking betrayal right there, because they still think that Paul is on their side.
Yeah, he's not. But in this conversation, we find out that Drita's actually still pissed at Tyson for having poisoned her at the tea party 11 days prior. Jesus. So she's like, "Fuck Tyson." So they arrive and walk into a dark room with like, it looks like several obstacles, but there's like pipes and signs. And then Candy Muse, a fan favorite villain from season 2, comes out to announce that she's the special guest host for this redemption challenge. And in this challenge, the villains get to team up with someone, not someone from the house. And that's when Candy announces that there are more special guests, specifically old friends of the current villains. For Tom, he gets previous Vanderpump Rules castmate, Tom Schwartz. And it's hilarious. Tom. Oh, yeah, they're the Toms. But it's hilarious because while they're having their like happy reunion, Drita and Kate are like giggling and talking about how Tyson looks jealous now that the other Tom is there. But
that's right.
For Tyson, he gets former Survivor castmate Gervais Peterson. And Tyson describes him as a Survivor legend who steamrolled both of their way to the end of Survivor, where Tyson won the $1 million. And then last but certainly not least, Christine's teammate is her former castmate and coworker, Davina Potratz. And Christine describes her as the German version of herself. So this challenge is called Pipe Down. And how it works is that at the same time, the teams have to guide a metal ring with 2 wrench handles through a twisty pipe maze. And they have to be especially careful because if at any time their metal ring touches the pipe, an alarm will ring and the team will be blasted with water. And then they have to go back to the beginning and start all over again.
No, not the team. The team's not blasted. The villain is blasted. No, not the team.
Oh,
The
I thought
friend
it
does
was.
not get blasted
Oh,
with
okay.
water.
I thought it was the team
Nope.
that did. So
Just the villain.
it's just the villain, I guess.
Is literally just on the one
that's
side of
funny.
the villain, and it just sprays them.
Okay, well,
Yep.
my bad. It's just the villain that
Yep.
gets sprayed with water. And either way, they have to start all over again.
Yep.
And then obviously the first team to make it to the end wins. So immediately the Toms and Christine and Davina touch the pipe and are shot with water. And Christine's like, there's got to be a fucking magnet in here. And like, I love how in the show, they use the air horn and the music during the montage of the Toms touching the pipe over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, Tyson and Gervais are just fucking killing it. And
they're far.
Yeah, they're doing really good. But right when Christine and Davina are catching up to them, they do end up touching the pipe and they have to start all over again.
All the way to the beginning.
Yep. So now by this point in the game, the Toms are still stuck at the beginning. Tyson and Gervais have had to restart once. And now that they're back in, they're quickly catching back up to Christine and Davina.
Quickly.
Very fast. In the end, Tyson and Gervais win the redemption challenge, keeping Tyson safe from banishment.
Yep.
But now leaving Tom to go up against Christine for house votes.
Yep.
And Tyson is just such a fucking powerhouse in this game.
Oh, yeah. He is a competitor.
He is. I'm nervous for him at this point because he's a good competitor, but like...
You're too much of a threat.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the challenge, Candy dismisses them back to the house, but not before informing them that there will be a party later on and their friends are invited.
This is where it gets weird.
Yes. So everybody's gotten ready for this party, and soon Candy arrives with the extra friends in tow. And she's actually brought a friend for each villain in the house. So as we know, for Christine, she has Davina, Tom has Tom, and Tyson has Gervais. But then Chance from I Love New York comes in for New York. And then Aaliyah, Drita's daughter, Chef Ben from Below Deck, who was a castmate of Kate's, and then Josh, who was a Big Brother castmate of Paul's. So everybody's mingling, and of course they start talking about the game and stuff. And Christine's friend Davina asks her what she thinks has been helping her in the game, and she's like, being clueless, which I think is true.
Yeah. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. And then Paul and his friend Josh are talking by the pool, and Josh tells him that he's working against some strong women, so he should start trying to get them out, and that if it's Paul against the other guys, then it might work. But if he has to go up against the women, he's probably not going to get those votes. So elsewhere, Candy starts asking Tom about how he feels with being put on the hit list. And he starts talking about his strategy and how he was trying to get Paul on his side for the vote. And then we see New York sit down with Paul and Josh, and she's like, I'm just so mad at you for giving your vote to Christine because I want Tom to stay. So she starts petitioning for him. And like, at this point, I really wasn't going to say anything, but I feel like I fucking have to. Chance. This guy, he's just walking around having his drinks, trying to mingle and talk to everybody. Cowboy?
Yes. Yeah, that guy's fucking weird.
Just mingling with everybody. And he's a nice person. I think he's just very friendly, but he's literally trying to talk everything but gameplay.
Yeah.
When they're like, that's all they're trying to talk about. So that's why he's like walking around like, oh, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? And like everybody's just really dismissive of him.
Get the fuck out of here, guy.
Just such a random person to be there for her. But anyway.
It really is though.
So by now it's getting later. They're getting some more drinks, I think. And they start heading into this blow up club that they have. And actually looks kind of fun. But like them, I wouldn't have stayed too long in there with that fog machine either.
No, God, no.
So they all exit the club and head right back into their strategy chat. And Tyson and New York start talking about how they're going to get the numbers to keep Tom. And they decide that if they can't get Paul to pledge his vote to Tom, it's going to cause an even vote between Tom and Christine. So they conclude that they have to find a way to get on Kate's good side so that if there is a tiebreaker, that she'll keep Tom. So good luck. But
I don't know if you explained that. I don't know if people know that, but if there's a tiebreaker, the
supervillain
supervillain
chooses who goes home.
Yep.
Yes, so they're trying to get Tom back on Kate's good side just in case the vote is an even split.
So they don't get a vote until if there is a tiebreaker.
Yes. So New York tries to go to Kate and kind of like whine about how she wants Tom to stay, kind of starting to, get in her ear a little bit. And Kate's just like, well, yeah, I wanted him to stay too until they hid that envelope and stuck me with being on the hit list. So I don't really care. And she's like, well, I mean, if you feel that strongly, New York, about it, why don't you volunteer as tribute? And of course, New York doesn't like that and snaps back. And she's like, you don't need to be nasty. And then walks away and she's like, well, fuck her. So
that's definitely drama.
Yes, and I think it's safe to say that they are done. And Kate's like, it's not the first time that New York has been mad at me, but it is the first time that I've said something about it, and she clearly didn't like it.
Yeah.
So New York, in typical New York fashion, goes on a whole rant, and everybody's just like, well, we're trying to have fun.
It's definitely the drinks talking.
Yes,
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, inside the house, Drita and Aaliyah are talking, and Drita's like, I was just so nervous to come here. I didn't think I could do it, but I've made it pretty far. And it turns out that like she's got a kid going to college and she's going through a divorce. So it was kind of a big deal for her to step away from her personal life to come and do the show.
Right.
But then they go back to the drama outside, because it can never focus on mushy shit for too long. And Candy proposes that they all play a little game. And she asks...
Stirring the fucking pot.
Oh, yeah. She asks the villains currently living in the house who they each trust the least. And Kate decides to speak up first, saying that she doesn't trust Tom, which just triggers something deep inside him, I think. And so they start arguing.
This is fucking drama for Tom.
Everybody watches. Well, her too, because she pipes up and says that. And he's trying to argue his point still about the letter, and she's just not fucking having it. So the Toms then go inside to the red room. And back inside the house, Tyson and Drita start like talking and joking a little bit, and he's like, oh, I think this is the most that like you've opened up to me the entire time that we've been here. Yeah. And she's like, don't get slick. Soon enough, though, it's 10 o'clock, so it's time for all the visitors to leave. So after the party, New York, Paul, Tom, and Tyson sit out by the pool and start talking about votes. And this is where it seems like they're really starting to get Paul to come on their side. And Tom is like, you're going to be a hero if you save my ass. I'll owe you a favor and blah, blah, blah. Wow. And then Paul's like, hold up. Wait a minute.
Why in the fuck
this isn't House of Heroes.
Exactly.
It's House of Villains.
Yes.
And I'm trying, he's like, I'm trying to be the best supervillain here. I don't want to be a fucking hero. So I think he's going to tell him that he's on their side, and then he's going to turn around and vote to keep Christine. But
he doesn't actually say anything, though. He just says he'll think about it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to betray anybody. Like, I'll talk to you guys some more. So Tom and Tyson are back in their room. Oh, sorry. It's the next morning. Tom and Tyson are in their room joking around, of course, planning for Tom to stick around, but he's still packing.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they have to.
Yeah. And they're making fun of Kate, calling her Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, and then impersonating Kate as Mr. Burns.
That's so funny.
And then meanwhile, in the blue room, Kate goes to talk to Christine and Drita, and she's like, Tom just pissed me off even more with his outburst last night in front of all of our friends. And she's telling Christine that she doesn't think that she needs to pack her bags. And Christine's like, well, they're making me, so I have to.
Yeah, you have to.
But soon they're given notice that they need to get ready for the banishment ceremony. And I thought it was kind of funny because Joel was like, you have 1 hour. Oh, who am I kidding? It's Tom and Christine. I'll see you guys in 6 hours. So, but Tom does take a little bit of this time to do some final campaigning, starting with Drita. He approaches her while she's getting her makeup done, and he's like, I know you're cool with Christine, but like, if you could just vote for me, that'd be great. And in the confessional, she's like, when have you ever approached me at all for anything to work together in this game before?
Yeah.
Never. And she's like, Barbie and Ken are both on the hit list, and I'm voting for Ken to go. So I thought that was a funny comparison. And then for one final Hail Mary, he approaches Kate in the Supervillain suite. And he's like, I just really don't want to go home. Like, if there's a tie, it's going to come down to you. Can you please, like, who would you rather be here, me or Kate, or me or Christine? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to think about it. But he just gets frustrated in the end. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll just see you later.
I think it's going to be Tom, if there is a tiebreaker.
So New York is promising her vote to Tom. Paul's trying to reassure him as well that he's going to vote for him, but he's definitely noticed that he has quite a bit more power at the moment because both Tom and Christine really need his vote. So he's realizing, like, I can say what I want to say, but also I can do a lot. So they all head into the stronghold again for the banishment ceremony. Kate again takes her place on the supervillain throne. And Tom and Christine take their places at the banishment chairs. And as always, they have an opportunity to make a final plea in front of everyone. Christine makes a kind of dramatic plea saying that she's not as competitive as Tom, but she'll be loyal and bring everyone shit. And then in the end, I thought it was funny. She realizes that her vest has pockets. And I felt like that was just such a genuine girl moment right there where she's talking. And then she's like, I have pockets on it because that's how it feels. We never have pockets in our shit. Yeah. So like, yes, I could be mad as hell. And if I reach down, I'm like, oh my God, I have pockets. I'm happy. So... but God. Tom makes kind of a heartfelt plea saying that it's been his favorite experience, and he apologizes to Kate for what he's done. And he says that he enjoyed their outing together, and overall he does really like her, but the votes must go on. Mm-hmm. So we see Drita vote for Tom to leave. And then of course Tyson votes for Christine to leave. Yep. And New York votes for Christine to leave. And then Paul is up, and we don't get to see what his vote is. And in the end, it's a tie. Yep. Dun, dun, dun. So Kate actually does have to choose now. Yep. And fuck, because we don't even get to see who. Nope. We gotta wait.
That's the end of episode 8.
Yep, it is. Yeah, she's like, I gotta decide on who I want to make it to the end with. There's Christine, who hasn't made any enemies, but then there's also Tom, who has. But if he comes back in the house, then him and Tyson are gonna team up against me. So yeah, episode 8 really just ends with her debating on who she's gonna pick. So I think that now that we've talked about this, we should watch episodes 9 and 10 immediately because I want to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to, obviously, because then this next episode that we do of Reality Rants is going to be 9 and 10. So that's going to close it out. And we still have 7 people.
I know.
We need to get down to 3. So we need to lose 4 people in the next episode or 2.
Yeah.
Because then so you got to think too is that I would think that episode 10 is also going to be the final 3. Mm-hmm. So like within one episode and a half at the most, we need to lose 4 people. So we get down to the final 3. So it's about to get fucking real. Yeah.
Scary.
I think for this one though, I think Tom's going to go. I think she's going at the end of the day, she's not going to see Christine as a threat because she hasn't done shit. Mm-hmm. And then Tom, and you can't allow Tyson and Tom to get to the end. You know what I mean? Because they're a very strong alliance. And then she's already pissed, right, at Tyson and Tom. So I personally think it's gonna be Tom that goes home.
Yeah. Well, you jumped ahead. We were supposed to go over points first.
Okay. I mean, does it matter?
Well, that I was going to ask you what you thought was happening in the next episode.
Okay.
So that's kind of fucked up my flow.
I'm sorry. So points?
Okay. So for points for episode 8, what did you have?
The only thing I got is Tom got +2 for drama with Kate, and then -1 for Paul.
That's fair for betraying Tom and Tyson.
Yep.
I had, your people also get +1 because everybody technically survived this episode.
Yep.
So all my people also get +1 for surviving. Tyson got +3 for winning the redemption challenge. New York got +2 for going off on Kate, and then Kate got +2 for provoking Tom when saying that she trusted him the least in the house. And then Christine -2 for being on the hit list. because she got announced in this episode. Yep. So was there like anything that you were surprised by in episode 8?
Surprised by? I don't think so. There wasn't a whole lot that happened with 8. There wasn't a whole lot that happened in 7 either, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess there's a little more, but this was like half the episode was the party, which was fucking weird. I don't think so. I guess the only thing I would say would be Christine.
Yeah, that's fair.
But again, I didn't know who the third one was going to be because it's kind of just like
it could be anybody at this point.
Because the only 2 targets were Tyson and Tom, so the third was just kind of random. So I guess that was really the only thing that was surprising.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I don't think that she even really knew who she was going to throw up there either. So
yeah, that's true. Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, so what do you think is going to come out in episode 8? Or 9, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
episode
9. I think 9 and 10, right? Oh, I guess there's 9. Like I said, I think Tom's gonna go home. I think he's gonna be voted off. I think Kate is going to pick him over Christine because, like I said, she doesn't like him. Or she's mad at him, I should say, for the whole note thing, and then the envelope, and then that would break up the alliance between Tom and Tyson, which only works in her favor. I don't think getting rid of Christine really does anything. Like, she's not a threat. I don't think she would win the votes at the end. She hasn't made any moves. She's kind of like Drita, where she hasn't done shit. She just kind of just sat there.
Yeah.
And that's the only predictions that I have for 9.
Do you think any more alliances are going to be formed or broken?
I think Tyson and Tom, I think, are going to be broken because Tom's going to go home, I think. But if Christine goes home, I don't think that really affects anything.
Yeah. I think that if Tom does go home, Paul and Christine are going to like have their weird little alliance. They're going to team up together, but also they might have like Drita and Kate in there too. And then Tyson and New York, I think, will still be in their little alliance, but they're definitely going to be targeted next if that's the case. I think Tyson is definitely a big target regardless of what happens with Tom, just because every time he gets on the hit list, he ends up winning the redemption challenge. Yeah, so I think like they're probably really going to start gunning for him to like not win a redemption challenge. Yeah. I don't know how.
If he keeps winning though, you can't stop that.
Well, I know, but I feel like he's almost like in a lose-lose position in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. But I don't know.
Well, it kind of makes sense because, like, I mean, I think I know what you're saying, because if he gets to the end, I don't think people are going to vote for him.
Yeah.
He's fucked over too many people.
Yeah. So, well, okay. I found it. So I was going to ask, like, if you had any predictions about who you think the winner will be before we get into the final 2 episodes.
Oh, God. I don't even have a guess. I have there's too many factors. Because it really depends on who wins. And then obviously, like I said, the biggest complexity in this is that the next episode and a half, we have to lose 4 people because the end of 10 needs to end with 3.
Yeah.
So like that's only an episode and a half. So I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. If I had to pick right now a winner,
So far on the jury, we have Jackie, Plain Jane, Ashley, and Johnny.
Yep.
So I think that if Tyson keeps on the same track he's been on with like getting out of being on the hit list, I think he could definitely make it to the end. But I'm not 100% sure that he'll get the jury votes, given who's in there.
If I had to guess right now, maybe Kate.
I think, yeah.
That's the only person I could guess right now.
Yeah, because like I thought Drita could get it for the votes. It's just a matter of her getting to the final 3. Kate.
I think people are gonna respect if Kate does get to the final 3. And she's up for the jury or whatever. I think people are going to point out the fact that she won back-to-back supervillains.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I think she could have it as long as they don't vote based on like liking her, I guess.
Yeah.
If they do it based on strategy, then she could, but I don't think she like really made any friends with people either. Christine, I don't even think she's gonna make it to the final 3, honestly. If she does, I don't know.
I don't think that anybody would vote for her because she didn't make moves.
She didn't really do anything. She was just kind of there.
Yeah.
I don't really think New York is gonna get it either. I hate to say it. I don't really know if she'll even make it to the final 3, but I think that even if she did, I don't think that she'll get the votes because her and Johnny had that beef. And then I think given who's on the jury right now, so I don't think that Johnny would vote for her. I think that if she went up against Tyson, Ashley would vote for Tyson. Yeah, I think
New York gets a little whiny when it comes down to The Wire.
Yeah.
Like this last one, I think in the end of 7. I forget when it was. It was one of these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets very whiny when that's right. It's at the end of 7 because she doesn't know who's going to get picked for the 3rd slot. It was between her and Christine. And she got super whiny.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to, and that seems to happen. That's happened a couple times where she gets I
feel like she either whines or lashes out.
Exactly. She gets super defensive, and that's just not, I don't think that's good gameplay. Whereas like Johnny got a big head when he was, but like Tyson, when because he was the first one, he was very level-headed.
He's been pretty level-headed the whole time.
He hasn't let
it sweat him.
He hasn't, what's the word? You just said it. Like he hasn't like lashed out.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
you know
he hasn't lashed out at anybody.
Exactly. So I think for you to, if they do take this into consideration, consider this a factor, I think that should be a strong one because he kept his cool. Even when he was the first supervillain and he was getting all that heat, he kept his cool. He gave up the supervillain suite. Especially, what was it, Plain Jane, I think it was?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he would definitely, not only is he a strong player, he's level-headed, and I think he would take it if he gets to the end.
Yeah, I think he could for sure.
Which I think that's why he's not going to make it.
Yeah,
I think they're going to get rid of him.
Exactly. And then, I had it here for Paul. I think he could at the very least make it to the final 3, but I'm not sure if he would have the votes either. He definitely wouldn't be getting one from Plain Jane, I think. And then maybe it depends on who else would end up on the jury. And then I said if Tom doesn't get banished, I don't think he'll win either. I think he could maybe make it to the final 3 if he doesn't get banished in episode 9, but I don't think he'll get the votes to win.
I don't know that he would. I don't think so.
And
again, I don't know exactly what they're going to like grade off of or what they're going to, you know what I mean? Like, is it like who you like or is it who the best villain was?
Exactly.
Who the strongest villain was?
Yeah, that's why I was trying to take all these different things into consideration. There's so much up in the air.
Yeah, you can't say Tom is the best villain out of all of them.
If it comes down to voting for strategy, then it should absolutely be Tyson. If it comes down to like relationships, like Drita. We said, Drita's the only one she's the only person who's consistently voted for everyone that's went home.
Yeah.
So by that, I mean, because she pledged her loyalty to them, you would think that they would do it in return. So if they vote like that, I think she would take it. But if it comes down to gameplay, could definitely be Tyson.
I don't think it's going to be based off of who you like because it's House of Villains.
That's
who's the best villain.
I've never seen it end.
And I think it would go down to who the best player was, who the best villain was, and if you allow Tyson to get there,
I think
Tyson's going to take it.
I think so too. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But now that we've talked about it, I want to watch them.
Yeah.
So.
Next episode is going to cover 9 and 10.
Let's watch them, and then whenever you're ready to film the finale, we can do it.
God.
I do hope that you guys are all enjoying this as much as we are, and I hope that you'll join us for the final 2 episodes. So did you have anything else that you wanted to add in?
No. Look forward to see what happens. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, I think the tempo is going to completely change because it's been pretty... a pretty, I don't know, steady state.
Yeah.
But we're about to lose. We have to lose.
I think
4
it's going to
villains
be
in the
some like
next.
rapid fire eliminations
Oh, yeah.
in the next 2.
Or a bulk like elimination. Something big is
yeah,
coming.
something
and
crazy.
I'm looking forward to seeing
I
it.
think, yeah, I can't wait to see. So that's all I've got for this episode of Reality Rants. As always, if you're enjoying listening to the podcast, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And aside from YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, School, and TikTok, all under the Ranting Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So find us everywhere. Come hang out. Tell us what you think. Anything that you'd want to hear some more of. We want to hear from you.
Let us know if you're interested in Survivor Season 50. That's what we're doing next.
Yes, that's what's coming up next.
Yep.
So tune in next Thursday for the next Reality Rants episode. We'll be covering the finale, episodes 9 and 10 of House of Villains Season 3. And we get to see who Kate banishes from the house. Plus, like you said, there should be 4 more eliminations. And of course, the crowning of the supervillain of Season 3.
Yep. So this one comes out May 7th. So next week, next Thursday would be May 14th.
Ooh.
That's when the finale should come out.
Yes.
Yep.
So go watch those episodes and then come hang out next Thursday while we talk about them and see who gets bragging points for winning the very first Reality Rants fantasy game. So in the meantime, though, keep ranting and come tell us about it. Okay, bye.